Hi everybody, it's me Emily. Today I'm here with a bit of a different video because I'm going to be planning out my island. This is something I like to do right around when I unlock terraforming, which I have recently done, and so I'm just going to be figuring out where I want to put stuff. I like to do this because sometimes builds might turn out bigger than I expect, and I just like to make sure that there will be enough space for everything that I do want to build without running out of room on my island to finish all these projects. So the first thing which I knew I wanted to do is have a land bridge at my entrance, and I've seen quite a few people do this. I'll see if I can find the inspiration picture, and if I can I will put a link to that in my description box. But the land bridges are a really cute entrance because they give you somewhere to go right away, and this also helps because my resident services is quite close to my airport. If you wanted to plan your island as well, I'm just using the website's Happy Island Designer. Again, I can put a link to that in the description so that you can find it. And it just allows you to kind of draw out an island map like so. And I just find this such a helpful thing. It's something that I've done on every single one of my islands, and it's always been very useful for me. Aesthetic-wise on this island, there's nothing too specific that I wanted to go for. I know that I do want to try out Kidcore. I've been seeing everybody doing this at the moment and I think it's so cool. So even though lots of other people are doing it, I also wanted to have a go. For those of you who don't know, Kidcore is kind of just exploring things that are very bright and colourful, as well as looking at things that have nostalgia, so maybe childish items and stuff like that. And it's actually something, an aesthetic, that I did play around with before. So if you follow me on Instagram, which is also crossing_falls, you may have seen me do some Kidcore builds, but it's never something that I've explored too much, so I want to have a look at that. I also wouldn't mind doing some cottagecore areas. That's one of my favourite aesthetics, even though again I know loads of people do it. I really love it and I think it's popular for a reason. All I'm doing right up here is starting to plan out a space for my villagers. I want each villager to have their own yard, but I would still like for them all to be together. So what I did was I placed one cliff back here, and then I'm placing out these houses. So it'll be 3 on one side and then 2 on the other. And then doing the same thing on the ground level. And then there'll be an incline to help you get up onto that top cliff. And then this gives me space to give them each their own individual yards while still having that nice communal area for all of my villagers to be. You will see right here, I actually made that Able Sisters area a bit too close, but that's okay. When I actually come to build it, I'll make sure that I have plenty of room back there. Because yes, if you kind of follow up my land bridge, you can actually see that I did then add on extra cliffs where I'm going to be placing the Able Sisters and Nook's Cranny all connected by more bridges. Right here, I'm just placing down the campsite. I don't think I'm going to do a particularly big campsite build on this island because that's something that I have done on other islands. And so for this one, I think I'm just going to have it be enclosed in another area. So maybe the campsite can be linked to Blava's tent somehow, or his museum, something like that. And then my house, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with my house either, but I'm just placing it down on some sand so that it's really easy for me to see it on the map. When I come to build it, I'm not guaranteed that I'm going to be using sand pathing. Likewise, I'm not necessarily going to use this grey stone path. This is just for kind of reference on my map. Some people will plan out their island square by square and really take it nice and precisely, whereas I prefer just to give me a quick look so that I can make a note of all the builds I want to do, how much space am I going to roughly need for each of them, so that I don't accidentally run out of room. This big grey block down in the corner is for one build that I do have really specifically planned out, which is a school. I've wanted to put a school on my island for such a long time and I think it's such a cute build to do. And so down in there I'm going to have a school. I think I'm probably going to put a play park with it as well. All I'm doing here was just like chucking down a bunch of trees and then filling it in with some pathing because I do want to have a fruit orchard, and I think that will be a space where I can explore cottagecore a bit more instead of keeping it kidcore. So we'll see, there should be loads of different aesthetics. I'm just trying to kind of choose a couple to stick to, and then as I experiment I can have more fun and just pick whichever furnitures and styles work for me at the time. In this top corner, I just had realised that I didn't have any water going on my island, so I decided to try and put a heart pond, just a drawing of it to kind of help me see that I'm going to put one up there. Even though I know when you actually do them on the maps, the heart faces sideways, but that's fine. I will be putting a heart pond. I was also thinking of maybe trying to make a cat out of water, like the cat ears or something, but that would have to be quite a big build if I did want to put a cat's face on my island, but I do think it would be really cool if I was able to do it. So following up from my land bridge, this is pretty much my island planned. We have the school, linking into the museum, coming up to where these houses are, bringing down towards my house, the orchard and the campsite. I know this was a much faster video than what I normally post, but that's because I just wanted to give you a really quick insight into what I have planned for my island. If you have any Kidcore builds you'd like to see me work on, please make sure to let me know in the comments, as well as letting me know what your island aesthetic is. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!